come crashing down around Silas.
Yeah, heartbreaking loss for Silas Mason, but EC3 with another big victory here on NWA Power, holding the gold, a dominant champion. As Silas Mason once again bloodied in this battle over the national. Wait a minute.
What did he do?
He just dropped the title. Wait a minute. EC3, he's relinquishing the title. He's relinquishing the title to go after Tyrus at 75. He wants Tyrus at 75. That's your main event, ladies and gentlemen. EC3 versus Tyrus in St. Louis at NWA 75. An incredible moment.
Get ready to witness the greatest spectacle in professional wrestling as the National Wrestling Alliance presents NWA 75, our 75th anniversary pay-per-view extravaganza, live from the legendary Chase Park Plaza in St. Louis, Missouri, Saturday, August 26th and Sunday, August 27th. History will be made as NWA World Heavyweight Champion Tyrus and NWA World Women's Champion Camille defend their prestigious titles, while EC3, Matt Cardona, Chris Adonis, and countless other stars unleash the fury of intense competition. Tickets are available now, starting at just $29.95. Secure your seats today at NWATix.com and take your place in the storied legacy of the NWA.
I can just hear somebody's echoing back in with the music. That's awesome. Anyway, what's up, you beautiful people? This is Gary Orton. This is the NWA, the show celebrating the past, present, future, history, legacy, and tradition of the greatest pro wrestling entity of all time. Of course, we're talking about the National Wrestling Alliance. And not sure, we can't keep them in the same room at the same time. Kyle Davis is here instead of Joe Galley. Last week it was Joe Galley instead of Kyle Davis. But Danny Deals, always, ever present.
Joe and I made a pact going forward that we will no longer appear on the show together.
Oh, that is...
I'm lying. You know, we just both have very busy lives. I was at a funeral service last week, and he is with his lovely fiancée helping her out with her career tonight. So you got me, and I'm irritable as always, ladies and gentlemen, because frankly, I still have to pack. I leave for Worlds of Vampire Tour Wednesday morning, get back the Wednesday after that, go to St. Louis a day and a half after that for NWA 75, then Nashville. Who the hell knows what else is going on? Folks, it's a busy time. It's a busy life. And if you don't believe that, 4 days of Worlds of Vampire Tour. We've got 2 days of NWA 75. 2 days of NWA television tapings. Then coming up on Saturday, we have, BRCW versus the NWA. So you can hear commentary of Joe Galley and myself during that. This past week, we had HP Cares for Cooper appearing on Saturday. If you weren't a part of that live, you got to see it. Finally, folks, the NWA, it's all over the place. Everything's happening. And in October, we're going to have a big pay-per-view that very well may be announced in the coming days. So that's all I got right now. We got a guest tonight, too. MJ Jenkins joins the pod.
Jenkins is going to be here. We're announcing a brand new match for NWA 75 on this episode. We're also going to, MJ, I think, has an announcement for NWA.
This is
so that's going to be exciting.
Look at that. Huh?
Look at that.
You got to be there to get it, though.
You got to be there to get it. Not even on pre-order. You can't get that in the.
No, you got to. It's for the pay-per-view.
I heard all pre-orders are available in the shop.
Oh, no, they are. Look, let me show you. Oh, well, they got this hat, too.
I like that hat.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, that's going to make my arms look so good with a little raglan.
This one's super soft, too. All right.
Yeah.
I got this one. Hold on.
What else you got? What else is he whipping out here? All right. I think that might work for my complexion. I'm a little pale right now. Don't know if we're going to have time to tan before the tour, but that's okay. What's that?
This is Gary's favorite.
The Southern Six shirt.
The Southern Six.
Oh, yeah. I got some more stuff coming just for the pay-per-view, though. It'll be at the pay-per-view. And if it's left, then I'll put it on the website. Oh, yeah, that code is still good until midnight.
20% off till midnight. NationalWrestlingAlliance.com/shop. You can get 20% off. Silver Deals is your code. Danny Deals hooking you up. So what is
that? Midnight Eastern, Central, Pacific, Mountain Time?
Central.
Central
because the Deals house is in Central.
All right, so MJ Jenkins, you got a special code for the shop. You got a brand new match is going to be announced tonight. Another announcement is going to be happening. We got a brand new segment on the show tonight.
Oh, God. Please tell me it's not Story Time with Rush.
Oh, no. Story Time with Rush is definitely coming back.
Holy shit, Danny Deals. Look at that bicep. You got to stop wearing baggy clothes if you got arms like that. You got to show those off. You got to pull a Sal Renard with a Kyle. When those shirts don't fit anymore, you cut them like this. You make them workout shirts. Danny Deals. Whoa, that bicep? I am jealous of you, brother. And all that hair. Unstoppable. And a great commentary as well. That man has words for days. He pops me every time he talks. Danny Deals is where it's at. The future of everything. He should just run for office.
Did you see that comment that Gary just put up?
The red and black
Kyle at 75. Where
is Kyle? Kyle, have you seen Kyle's arms? Who wants to wrestle Kyle? Kyle's got Ring of Honor training and those massive biceps. I want no part of that.
That's right. I am the only trainee of Bryan Danielson to fail completely as a wrestler and become a broadcaster and a guy who runs a wrestling company.
I thought Aries trained you.
Oh.
That joke will never get old.
Never.
How about this deal? 75% discount for NWA 75.
I actually have some insane deals that will be only at the pay-per-view. Some crazy bundles. I should have my head examined for even making them. They're already made up. They're actually sitting on dolly. And they're just waiting for me to lower them out of the elevator.
Hello, Dolly.
And they're going to be
television titles
in giant things. Any news on the women's television, men's television?
I have heard through the rumor mill that both television championships will be defended at NWA 75.
Oh, so I think Tommy Latimer and Kenzie should be close to their lucky sevens, right?
Tom,
yeah.
Tom's. Some could argue that Tom is there, but Tom has said, no, it's NWA television championships where I defend it on the independent scene, whatever. It's one thing. But, yeah, Tom technically on NWA Power, if we're counting those television defenses or like on a pay-per-view, he's got like 6. Or he's like right at that.
Well,
right?
Kenzie's got to be about 6'2", right?
Yeah.
No, I think Kenzie's more like 5'4".
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But Tom says he is definitely willing to defend the NWA Television Championship at NWA 75. We're going to have to hear more about that. Maybe tomorrow night on NWA Power we'll learn more about that, or maybe the next week. I don't know. We got 2 more weeks until
you know something we don't know,
75.
Garrison? You know something we don't know?
No, I don't know anything.
You're the inside.
No, I mean, I've seen graphics and stuff.
You're like Gary Actor.
But nothing's happened with Tom yet. Tom hasn't had an official opponent named or anything like that. Same for Kenzie. We don't know. But
Gary Sachs.
Or you can stay tuned to the live stream, and maybe that's part of the announcements we're going to make tonight. I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know. You never know.
Well, you never know what we're going to do right here.
You know who his opponent will be. And now I'm starting to question if I wasn't supposed to say it during tomorrow's little spiel that I do on Power. Now I'm getting paranoid, guys. I'm not even drunk or stoned. I'm completely sober, Kyle, because I got to go to the gym after this. And I got to be honest with you, it makes me feel very anxious that I made a mistake.
Is that not a thin can, Kyle? Because I got some thin can things coming.
That's Spindrift. No, this is a normal size can.
Okay.
I can tell you that Tom, we're not going to know about Tom tomorrow night, I don't think, because he's not scheduled to appear on the show. But
all right,
he is scheduled in a match.
There's probably a new DLZ on there. Probably a new DLZ.
Oh, a new DLZ. Yeah, you know what? We might have one of those. In fact, let's play it now.
Hey, what's the gig? It's Danny Deals, Danny W Deals, Triple D Deal Machine, whatever you want to say. It is time again for the DLZ. Candy, she sends me everything via fax, which I have to take pictures of, and I get it here. Listen to this, though. There is a huge test tonight for old Magnum Muscle. And a lot of the scuttlebutt has been that if they can't get it done, maybe we should just break them up. We don't know anything about Idol's Mystery Man. Personally, I think we got to bring in Maury. I think that, a brother showed up in the Carolinas, so maybe when Austin was working the Crockett territory, you know what I mean? Camille and Kylie next week, one-on-one. Hey, hold this for me real quick. Yeah, you got to go to NationalWrestlingAlliance.com, get all the candy-approved deals. Look, you get a shirt like this, you'd be just like Thrill Big. I'll come get you. I'll come get you. That's right. All right, good. Power Ballad. What's up, man?
What's
all
up,
right, hey,
everybody?
well, apparently, I see right here that we're talking about Talos.
Jack Talos.
Yeah,
The mountain of a man.
Yeah, Napalm Death, yeah. He's going to face old Judas next week. Good old Frankenberry.
He's
What do
going
you
to
think about that?
obliterate good old Judas. Jack Talos is just bigger. He's just better. He just rocks it a little bit harder, a little bit longer, a little bit stronger.
No, you can say what you mean. This ain't ESPN. You don't got to put him over. You know,
What?
You think your guy's going to crush him? Just say he's going to crush him.
He's over the clouds. He's over the moon. He's over the skies and stars above, okay?
Daisy Kill with a lot of faith at Jack Talos. Jack Talos is going to be in action this week on NWA Power. We'll talk more about that later.
He was doing that coach speak. Like I said ESPN, but nobody watches that anymore. But like he was doing the, like the sports thing where he's like, "Hey, he's a great guy." I'm like, just say what you want, Daddy. You don't got to, you know what I mean? You don't got to gloss it over on DLZ. You can shoot. You know what I mean?
DLC is my favorite thing on NWA Power. Every week I tune in, I see it. I'm like, hey,
You like-
because I'm not there when you film it. So when it comes on the screen, it's always a pleasant surprise. It's got different energy and all that stuff. Freaking love that stuff. Speaking of love that, I see up here, Daisy Kill looks like Raven. I like to say that Daisy Kill is the illegitimate love child of Brian Pillman and Raven. You put them together, that's what you get. Also, I saw somebody asking in the chat, how come there's not a fan fest this year at NWA 75? The fact of the matter is that with all the things going on, including Billy Corrigan's touring schedule with World is a Vampire Tour and the NWA being a part of that, as well as we might be filming something during the day there that would get in the way of us doing a bunch of stuff that we usually would be doing. More news to come on that. That's why there's no Fan Fest this year. Unfortunately, we have a lot of other things going on, and that had to go by the wayside this time.
I mean, the Deal Machine is going to attempt to make some things happen prior to the show.
I was going to say, I did hear rumblings that Kerry Morton, Danny Deals, everybody's working on, the people that are scheduled to be there might, they'll get their normal.
You never know.
Potentially. You never know. You never know. So don't think that everything is just down in the dumps yet.
Yeah, and I saw somebody else asking about NWA USA. It's good that somebody is missing it and somebody cares about it. Will it come back at some point? Quite possibly, but in the meantime, we do have special edition episodes that drop on Saturdays. Just like I talked about this last week, we had HP Cares for Cooper. This coming week, it'll be BRCW versus the NWA. So keep an eye out for that, folks. But it's good to know that it's missed, and NWA USA misses you too.
Hey, it's funny that you bring that up because another special thing that we're going to air here pretty soon on this YouTube channel is Boca versus the World. NWA was a part of that. That was a big deal. Yeah, well, I'm just saying, and a person that was a very big part of that.
It's a segue.
Yeah, you see what I'm doing here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a segue. Our special guest tonight is a part of that show. We're going to bring her on right now. Here is MJ Jenkins. Let's see if we can get her up on the.
Nope. Gary put himself in the big screen. There we go.
Right.
She's a tiny little box. What is going on?
I got it now. There she is.
Here we go.
Look at her. Everybody wants to see her more than us. I get it.
I agree.
I'm pretty sure they do.
MJ, it is good to see you. We're excited to have you. And people that watch NWA would have seen you before. You've been on the show. And I think a lot of people need to realize too that you've been. I was looking at your resume and you have been all over the place. Like if people, like Shine and GCW and Impact and NXT, like you've done everything. It feels like.
Oh yes, absolutely. MJ is everywhere, and I even went to Trinidad and taught a wrestling seminar.
Damn!
Look at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MJ does monumental things.
I like that. Well, I heard that you're, we were told that you were here tonight because you're doing more monumental things. It's not just we just decided to talk to MJ, although we could, but you have something you wanted to share with everybody watching the live stream right now.
Share it with the class.
Well, I might as well keep the good times rolling and let the great news come out. Let me clear my throat. MJ is here to announce that I am officially entering myself in the Burke Invitational Gauntlet.
Whoa.
Whoa! All right,
Yes, honey.
MJ
Anytime.
Jenkins.
Go ahead. Snaps. Cheers.
Oh, look at that, MJ Jenkins entering the
Yes.
Burt Invitational Gauntlet. Now, that puts you in there with. I mean, we've heard so far. We've heard Sierra, who's relatively new to the NWA. She's going to be in there. I've heard a lot about this Taylor Rising. She's going to be a part of this thing.
Mhm.
The Woad is going to be a part of this thing. She's a big deal in the independent scene right now. I like that.
Mhm.
And even former NWA World Women's Champion Allison Kay is going to be a part of this matchup. You're up against the competition so far with more to come.
I can see. I can see, but stiff competition is what is necessary. And the best woman will rise to the occasion. And that woman is a whole lot of woman, MJ Jenkins. Mhm.
I look at this as an opportunity for you because if it was just nobody in the ring with you without being names involved, if you beat them, who cares? But now you have the opportunity to overcome some of the hottest talent in wrestling today, proving your name for yourself. So I look at this as just another opportunity for MJ Jenkins to rise to the occasion, much like your voice rose to the occasion. By the way, your entrance, I always love the fact that you sing during that. Very talented.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I got it in church, gospel singer, it kind of keep the ball rolling.
I can't relate. I think I'm going to the other place, but that's okay. I'm very happy that one of us is. Yeah.
What in the world? This went dark.
I got bad news.
I don't know.
Ground that I am to the sky. I'll tell you that much. All right.
I was gonna tell MJ when we were talking beforehand to schedule this appearance. I was like, it's really loose, and I was gonna be like, because Kyle's on some other something every time we do a live stream. Nobody ever knows what's gonna come out of his mouth. And
all I'm on tonight is Cool Ranch Doritos. That's all. The rest of me, easy going. So this is just I'm spicy because of the seasoning on it. MJ, I have to be honest with you. We've seen you in the National Wrestling Alliance ring before. Here you are making a return to our brand. What is it about the NWA that you feel is the perfect stage for you to make a name for yourself?
The NWA is the perfect stage for MJ Jenkins because the NWA and their fans, they enjoy wrestling. They enjoy pure wrestling. They enjoy talent and they enjoy character. And MJ Jenkins is all of the above and then some. She is all of that in a bag of chips and honey dip. And to be honest, I know that for me, the NWA, I want to be a part of that legacy, and that is what stands out to me. And that is why I'm coming here.
It also helps that you have a title opportunity if you win this match.
Wow. They're both
going on tonight too to wrestle Camille.
It's Camille or Natalia Markova. They are main eventing night one, and so it could be either one of those ladies.
It could be. Oh man, I just thinking like, oh yeah, it is going. That's going to be tough because you know what? It's perfect because Camille is on this such a journey, and how long has she been reigning as
over 800 days?
The world's woman, yes, and that is incredible. So I feel like the Burke Invitational Gauntlet is perfect because only the best of the best can rise to that occasion to face the women's world champion. Am I correct? So, we all have our work cut out for us, and it's perfect for me. I like it. I mean, add more women. I'm waiting to see who else you have because the Woad. Yes.
But whoever has the title on night two, it's a disadvantage because they don't know if it's MJ. They haven't scouted her. They don't know. MJ's a rough customer. Deals and MJ are not. We already know each other well, so I already know what she's capable of. So, it would not be a surprise to the Deal man if it's MJ who wins the gauntlet. That's all I'm going to say there.
I'm not surprised either. I think MJ has you have all of this experience. I think people if you've only watched NWA, you might think of MJ as a rookie, some new person coming in out of nowhere. But that's not the case at all. Like MJ, you are world traveled and a lot of experience. I feel like you bring a lot to this matchup. Do you think you're ready for that competition where, like, with all, how does somebody like you prepare knowing you're walking into this matchup with who knows how many other women it looks like?
Right. So the thing is this, you don't just prepare just because you have a match coming up or extreme opportunity. You're someone like me, MJ is always ready. There's something I'm always doing. I'm always in the ring, perfecting my craft, perfecting my technique. I'm always in the gym. I have, in fact, been going on extreme strength training, and keeping my body good and healthy and keeping that up, because I know that a lot of these women, as hungry as I am, they're hungry as well, So mainly I've been, and I've even been strict on my diet, because when you're working out as hard as I work, your eating also comes into plan too. And, I have been paying attention to the women that have been being announced. So it wasn't a surprise to me who you mentioned earlier. So I've actually been doing my homework on them and studying them.
Have you met any of them before in the ring so far?
I have never faced any of them in the ring, actually, ever. So this will be something different. I've seen them perform, however, us actually wrestling with each other, no. So this will be a first time for me, and it'll be a first time for all the fans as well.
That's exciting. I'm excited to see it, and I know more names are to come. Is there somebody in the NWA, I'm curious, like that you're interested in facing? Who have you seen in the NWA that gets a rise out of MJ Jenkins that she wishes she could maybe step in there with?
MJ will love to get her hands on Kenzie Page.
Whoa!
Yes. Oh yes. You know, a lot of, as you gentlemen mentioned, BRCW, the show that we had with Boca versus the World. Yeah, I want to get my hands on her and the rest of her little crew.
Wow.
Yeah, some
even
people
even the baby sister.
Pardon?
Even the baby sister.
Oh, her too. Anybody can get it. Anybody can catch these hands. I got my nails done, so I'm gonna have to file them down so I can really get them. But even the baby sister. And you know what? The baby ones are the most brattiest, and they cause the most trouble.
So apparently they made an impression, and that'll be airing soon, right, Gary?
Yeah, that's coming up. I think like next week, maybe the BRCW, that
Saturday, correct?
People are going to see that, and it's MJ and Ruth, I believe, Ruthie J.
Yes,
team up against Kylie and Kenzie. So people will get to see what happened there, because this guy in the chats is saying you can't handle Kenzie, but I think
yes, I can handle Kenzie, honey, and MJ can handle you too. Don't think I won't come into that chat room.
Why are you trying to get people beat up, chat?
You know what?
Chat's stirring up some shit right now.
Yeah.
Be professional.
Yeah. Bring it down.
Excuse me. I just need to look at my mirror and calm myself. It's okay, MJ. It is okay. You are in control. Everything's all right. You're lucky.
Nobody in the chat wants to smoke. They just talking. They're steady talking. You know, that's just how the chat is. So I'm not even throwing up half the stuff they do. They talk trash about everybody from the world champion on. Everybody thinks they got it until they get it face to face.
Not the deal machine.
Yeah, nobody starts trash with Danny Deals though. That's true.
Because I have all the deals.
Trying to be innocent down here, like I didn't do it.
I am innocent, MJ. We've known each other almost 10 years. You know, I'm very innocent.
Yes, you are.
Aww.
You are.
So some people in the chat talking about. I'm curious your thoughts. For somebody like you, you are well traveled, you're experienced, and all this stuff. But people are talking about like Camille is no pusher. What if you ended up on night 2 against Camille, like you were talking about? Like, Do you think that you are in a position like Camille, 800 plus days, world's champion? Like she has been. I don't think anybody's had her number yet. Like it's been tough. Some people seemed like they got close.
Yeah, but not quite, right?
But yeah, Camille always ends up coming out on top. Could MJ be the one that could go all the way and face Camille if Camille retains?
100%. Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. Now, I know she's no pushover, and I expect that. But MJ is no pushover either. MJ is someone that, like you said, if someone didn't know who MJ is, they would think that MJ is a rookie. But no, honey. MJ is everything. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as I see it, Camille has a bullseye, and she should be worried, and she should hope that I don't win. Because when I do, she's gonna have to kiss that long and I'll give her props. But she's gonna have to kiss that championship goodbye.
Oh, bold prediction there, Kyle. What do you think, Daddy?
I think after 2 years, sometimes things happen. It's just a matter of time. MJ Jenkins, this is your opportunity to make history and to capitalize on it just being a matter of time. But who's to say? Anything could happen. Folks, you're going to have to tune into NWA 75. Get it at fight.tv. One night, 2 nights, get the bundle, or be there in person. Go to nationalwrestlingalliance.com, nwatix.com. Be there, be a part of history. And again, 75 years, that's a hell of an anniversary. And you could be a hell of a celebration during that. But hey, remains to be seen. We're just going to have to wait and find out. And we are just less than 2 weeks away.
MJ, you and Ruth, just following on social media, and people are going to be able to see how this plays out. You and Ruthie, I even saw somebody say they need more of this tag team. They need this tag team to move on. How was teaming with Ruthie J? And I don't know how familiar you are with her.
You know something. I actually faced Ruthie J at Boca, so I was familiar with her, and so we had to come together instead of fighting each other. And it was really like chemistry. It was just the chemistry was unparalleled. And I'm tell you something. I'm gonna just say it was as if we were already a tag team. And some people, they just gel together. And that's exactly what happened. So if people want to see it, MJ's here for it.
That could even be a team. We have women's tag belts too. Mm-hmm. You never know. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Hey, anything is possible. And as far isn't Ruthie J? She's like she's new in the business.
She's a new addition. Yes.
So you know what? Perfect. I would love to take her under my wing.
I like that. And MJ, I just want to say, I appreciate how hard you work. I've seen you at NWA shows, just even when you weren't booked on the card, you're there to just be a part of it. Just to you seem like a person who's hungry, who's ready to just take that next step into stardom and just to become the best in the business. And I think people need to appreciate that about you. That I don't really know how to put it into words, but I've seen you even when you didn't have to be there, you were there and you were working, you were trying to be a part of this thing and making your presence known. And I always think that's a cool thing about people, that you could tell this person wants something more there when they get their chance, when they get that put in a spot like you are right now. They're not going to waste it.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate all of the love and support. And something like this, I just spoke to someone the other day, and I remember seeing this same thing happen last year, and I thought to myself, I want to be a part of the Burke Invitational Gauntlet. And I feel like everything that I want, I've been manifesting it. So you guys may have not even realized it, but I was working on this the whole time in my mind. I just knew, like, this is what I want to be next year. This is the company where I want to go to. And for me, no matter what you want, you have to go after it. So the showing up and being there because I wanted to be there, even though I didn't need to be there, that comes naturally to me. And when you are naturally hungry and when you want something so much, you will do anything and everything to get there. So this is something I do not take lightly. I do not take any of my opponents in there lightly either. I know that this is somewhere where I'm meant to be, and I'm going to make this count for sure.
I believe that. Just from seeing, I love your attitude. I love what you bring to the table. You've got like a style that's all your own, an attitude that's all your own, and I love that. I can't wait to see more of you in the NWA. And well, God, we might see MJ Jenkins versus whoever the world's champion is on night 2 of NWA 75. So that could be a huge matchup right there. So you could make it happen. You could have willed this into existence.
You never know, right?
Absolutely.
Well, Kyle Deals, do you have anything else for MJ? We've just got this huge announcement. She's entering the Burke Invitational Gauntlet. So we know we're going to see MJ Jenkins at NWA 75. This is huge.
I'm just a fan of anybody that makes an announcement and has a graphic already to go with it. So well done on your skills. That's well played.
Well, that was The Office. Helped me out. They were like, just so you know.
Oh, come on, Gary.
MJ,
suspension of disbelief.
Tear down the fourth wall.
MJ is too busy to be making her own graphic.
Shit, she's good at everything else. Of course she'd be a graphic designer too. It's not fair.
Whatever I was on it like this. Let me tell you.
I believe you can do it. It's not bad.
Ready for 75. I'm excited to see it.
I'm excited too, MJ. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and announcing to everybody. And pay attention to social media. We'll make sure that goes out that MJ Jenkins is going to be in the Burke Invitational Gauntlet. And more to come. I think all this week we're going to have announcements for who else is entering that. So, MJ, you better pay attention because you get to at least get a week or two notice on who you're going to have to go up against at that.
Oh, my eye is on the prize.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Well, that was.
She said her eye is on the prize. I was like, is that a subtle jab at Wode because the eye? But I was like, wow, that's screwed up.
Well, hey, let's have that stylus eye patch though. I do.
Let's speaking of shit talking. I saw in the chat that somebody went, "Hey, Ian_Edwards CAW. Have I missed Storytime with Rush Freeman? Is that a segue? Is that a segue?
I mean, here's my question.
Because I'm going to tell you this. The dude who invented the Segway accidentally drove a Segway off a cliff and killed himself. So that is all a segue as well.
We don't have to get all dark about it. Just show the segment.
Well, I was going to say, Deals. The chat can verify because I felt bad because Kyle wasn't here last week. And
I heard.
Correct.
Oh, I heard.
Oh, you heard. Okay. All right.
Oh, I heard. I heard. I don't need to be a part of it. It was confusing. It was something about the fact that I'm bald, which is fine. It means I have high testosterone. And baby, if only you could have a head like this once upon a time, because I've been behind you. I've seen you from afar. It's happening. It's in your future. Watch out.
Good Lord.
Oh, all right. Well,
I'm kidding. Rush is one of the nicest people I've ever met. I just wish he was as smart to go along with his kindness.
Oh, well, speaking of his
backhanded compliments. Yeah.
Let's go to story time with Rush this week.
We're gonna jump all night. We're gonna run all the red lights. So baby, turn it up. Wanna feel that rush, yeah. We're gonna jump all night. We're gonna run all the red lights. So baby, turn it up. Wanna feel that rush, yeah.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Storytime with Rush. This is my little hen. I haven't named her. But anyway, I'm a huge animal lover, so I thought I would tell you a story about animals today. When I was in high school, I had this beautiful cat. Her name was Emma. She was a Persian, she was gray, and she was just my best friend. And anyway, Emma, she used to like to hide. It's okay. No, you're okay. She knows what's coming. Emma used to hide in the washer. The dryer. And the cats do that, And so anyway, one time I went to go switch out the laundry, and I threw all the stuff from the washer into the dryer, not really thinking, and turned it on. I go walking through the house, and oh, hey, Mom, have you seen Emma? And Mom had not seen Emma. No one had seen Emma. And then it dawned on me, oh, no, she likes to hang out in the dryer. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So I ran into the laundry room. Sure enough, thumping around inside there's my cat. But luckily, I was a fat kid, and I had so much clothes, and it was whatnot. So she had so much padding. It was hot. But I essentially had my cat in the dryer. That's Cluck Norris. Anyway, I had my cat in the dryer, and I ripped it out, ripped all the clothes out, and pulled her out, and she was fine. She was just really disoriented. Set her down, and she went running off, and she was really dizzy. So, of course, she immediately just fell into the wall. But she survived. She survived, I promise. And she had a great life. And that was one of my favorite animals, and I still feel terrible every day for putting my cat in the dryer.
We're gonna drive all night. We're gonna run all the red lights. So baby, turn it up. Wanna feel that rush, yeah.
All right. Here's story time with Rush.
I agree with Pam. She said this story is off.
So he's stroking his cock in front of us, and I don't know if he should be allowed to have animals after that story. And the other thing is just like, has Rush ever told a story where he looks good in it? That's the thing that's impressive. Nobody would ever tell a story. Rush, I'm waiting for a story time. Rush would be like, hey guys, can I tell you a story about that time that I didn't shit my pants once? I shit my pants twice in a day. It's going to be one of those stories. And Cluck Norris, by the way, hard pop. That is true. Cluck Norris is a great name. Was that actually the chickens and the roosters making the noises, or was that just like Foley that he added to it? Because that was
100%.
That was vibrant.
How about that promo? I feel like, Gary, I feel like we're going to see Kyle versus Rush at 75. There's a little heat going on there.
I can see it. Now all we need is Kyle next week. James Richardson, Rush, nobody cares about your stories. That is 100% not true. I messaged Rush to make sure that we got a story for tonight.
I literally was laughing out loud when he started that, and it popped me. I'm not gonna lie. Again, don't trust him with my animals, but it popped me.
Wouldn't get elected in Cardi Land with that story. That may be true. I
almost had Nick elected, actually.
It's true. You almost did. I remember that.
Yeah.
We need more.
Then AK was going to be my new client. I'm going to have the
AK was going to be your client.
I don't want to beat anybody. I am a happy time. So Amy loves story time with Rush.
She loves it.
People love story time with Rush, or we want to keep it going. That was a popular new segment. Yeah, you want to see another new segment? I promised another one.
Oh no. Is this what I think it is?
I don't think so.
Because Joe Alonzo had a beautiful thing today.
Him
as an educator. Wow.
Yeah, he might die.
Wow.
He might die.
Joe Alonzo might die. We'll have to talk about that. No, this is a new segment that we actually started. I've got 2 parts to it for this week. It is called Magnum Fun.
Ooh.
Jack, brother, you ready?
That pizza's looking right at me.
Pizza?
Yeah, that pizza right there is looking at me.
I don't think the pizza's looking at you, bro.
Just want it. No, I can't have the pizza.
Dude, just keep the pizza, man.
If I eat the pizza, I'm gonna get fat. I shouldn't have done that. Shame on me.
That's on me. I meant to include that last week. The Magnum Fun started. Those guys. Got their first victory last week, by the way. Not their first victory, but they finally got a win last week after people I think on DLZ you were questioning like that they had to put up or shut up, and
it wasn't me. It was the scuttlebutt that was going on. People were like, "Oh, maybe they're just maybe they're
fair
not
enough
or something." Yeah, they were kind of on a skid, and they had to break out of it. Had to break the losing streak they had been on, even though one of them. I think they got screwed out of the titles at one time. That's just my opinion.
That's true. I mean, it was a close matchup. This past week on NWA Power, for anybody that missed it, Magnum Muscle got a huge win over the Savages, and that led to a big issue between Jax Dane and Tim Storm, and then you saw. Hopefully, you're following along on our social media at NWA. Now you know at NWA 75, you're going to see Jax Dane versus Tim Storm. In a matter of respect, no disqualification match. I know a lot of people are excited about this one.
Super excited about this one. Tim Storm is definitely been in his share of no disqualification matches. Jax Dane, of course, wanted this fight. He looked for this fight. He called out Tim Storm. He pushed Tim Storm. He made this happen. Whether or not Tim Storm disrespected him, that's open for interpretation. But Jax has made it known and has now got exactly what he wants. He's in the heart of the storm. And from what I've seen right now throughout the world, global warming's real. Tim Storm's hot. Folks, this could be a disaster waiting to happen.
Well, Tim Storm is a thug who has previously assaulted me. So I'm going to go with Jax on this one.
I was going to ask, where's a guy like Danny Deal stand? But I don't know, man. I just...
Timmy Thunder, it's over for him. He got lucky last time when he beat Jax. That was also a no DQ, I believe. They fought up and down the GPB studios. But he got lucky that time. I think he cheated. But no, we're going.
I think the chat's solidly against you here. The chat seems to be all for Tim Storm in this one.
Boy.
It's pretty wild. Now I'm going to throw this up just so since we're talking about NWA 75. Let's throw this up. I didn't have time to make it super fancy, so it's just going to go right in the middle of the screen.
I hope it's just Comic Sans that you put on the screen.
No.
Super fancy.
I want to show the people Joe Alonzo today what he dropped.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, this is amazing.
All right, boys and girls. Today we have a new classmate. Help me welcome our new friend, Nelson.
It's not cut that Nelson stuff, dude. It's homicide, dog. Homicide. This is yours here.
Wow, how thoughtful.
Yup.
So Nelson, I was told that this is your first time ever at school, so what we're gonna teach you today is how to sound out our words.
Sound our words, okay?
So I noticed in your promo, you told Joe Alonzo that you want to wetzel me? So it's not actually wetzel, it's wrestle.
Wetzel.
Wrestle. Wrestle. You got it, you're almost there. We'll move on to the next one.
Nah, whatever, bro. Whatever. You mad corny right now. You mad corny.
So the next thing I wanted to point out was that you said 75, my favorite number. It's not 75, it's 75. So Nelson, we're going to do this.
Don't call me Nelson. That's my government name.
Homicide, yes.
75. 75, my favorite number.
Okay, we're going to try another one. We're going to come back, but we're going to try the next word.
Bro, lot of odds, dude. I throw a lot of odds.
This one should be a little easier. I have faith on the next one, okay? So, homicide. You said... Joey, I don't care if you the best in the wood. So it's not best in the wood. It's best in the world.
Wood. Yeah, the world, bro. The wood.
World.
I'm saying wood.
No. World. Get that R sound. World. Right there. Say that again.
World.
Nelson, homicide.
World.
Shit. That's what I'm.
I had to kill it real quick just so, like YouTube would kick us off for the.
If he hadn't been wearing Chicago sports teams, I would have believed that was Homicide because that was so spot on. Knowing Homicide for Jesus, like 18 years at this point, I could tell you, saying that's my government name and just saying Lariato and telling Corny, that was spot on. And bless Joe Alonzo because it's going to get him murdered. Just putting that out there.
Mark seemed to say, has anybody started thinking about the funeral arrangements for?
Yeah,
Joe
no,
Alonzo?
that's you know, Kyle, that's your uncle.
Like if I kind of wanted to call Homicide and be like, hey, do you see this? He'd be like, no, Matt, and I'm just waiting for it because A, that was very, very well done. B, you don't mess with Homicide. And 3, because I don't know if I'm counting or spelling, you wear anything when you're pretending to be Homicide that's not Yankees, you've crossed the line. You have crossed the line.
No, brother falls asleep to Yankees games. I've roomed with him before. That's your uncle, Kyle. You know. I know Homicide a little bit. I like Joe Alonzo. However, he's a New York guy, and there was an old New York rapper once that said there's going to be a lot of slow singing, and flower bringing. I feel like that's what's going to happen to old Joey Alonzo, who, by the way, I didn't know he was a North Sider. What's he doing with Chicago White Sox? Anyway, I think it's over for him. Nice kid, like him. However, farewell.
It's a weird.
Let's just ask if he wants to be cremated or buried, just so we know when it happens.
Homicide was already promising 75 chops to Joe Alonzo in their match at 75.
You're right. Referee Jesse just said that you're going to need the Ghostbusters to handle Joe Alonzo's spirit after that.
Well, Jeff in the chat is saying, without a doubt, he definitely crossed the line. He's going to hurt him bad. He was already saying he was going to hurt him bad before that promo. So now what does that mean for Joe Alonzo? Because that's happening at NWA 75. These two are going to go one-on-one. And if you weren't excited about it before, get ready. Homicide, Joe Alonzo, NWA 75. That's night number 1. You don't even have to wait till night number 2 to see a murder, it sounds like.
Well, we're actually probably going to have to make sure they're in separate locker rooms.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's no way those two are going to be around each other. Homicide can't see Joe Alonzo ahead of the time, just like the bride and the groom. You can't have those two together.
Why didn't the match happen? Well, Joe Alonzo lost an eye with a fork in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, and catering with a plastic fork, of all things. Who knew?
Yeah,
I do love the faith that Kobe has here that Joe Alonzo squeaks out a win because I just I don't know.
And
he won't win by DQ because Homicide doesn't care if he gets DQ'd. He might just really.
And also, Kobe's name on this is Dead Kobe, so he obviously would be cheering for the guy who's going to be dead by the end of the match.
That makes sense. Robert Springs from South Carolina. That's where I'm at, buddy. All right, and so I guess let's run through some other matchups real quick that we know. Today we got a whole pre-show.
What does this say? Separate locker rooms? What is this AEW? Huh? No, actually, separate locker rooms is very old school. Actually,
yeah,
rarely happens anymore. But even the Nashville Fairgrounds, 15 years ago when I used to work it, we had separate locker rooms. The Monster Factory had separate locker rooms. Yeah. And the heels always got the small room. We always had the small one. The baby faces had the big one with the working toilets.
Well, you should be more likable, Deals.
I hope there's
I always thought it was.
Alonzo's future. That's a good guess. You want Zion versus Scion? That already happened at Crockett Cup. Zion, we haven't seen Scion since. I don't even know what's going on there.
That's correct, Jesse. Burt Prent is always a separate locker. I hated it.
But thinking about Zion real quick, how about these pre-show? We already saw the pre-show on night 1 has been announced, and it's going to include Zion versus Jordan Clearwater. That came out today for sure. That's definitely happening. Austin Idol's latest project. If you watched last week on NWA Power, he took on Odinson. That ended well. It was a great matchup, but it ended up with Odinson taking a lot of chair shots at the hands of Zion. So pretty intense there. Zion's not to be trifled with. And now
That's Austin's kid when he was in the Crockett territory. I'm convinced.
interesting. You may be right.
And
Yeah,
Zion
I
was
wonder how many Austin Idol children there are running around that aren't wearing masks. Could Jordan Clearwater also be Austin Idol's child? You're going to have to tune in to find out.
Zion is Zion. I don't know if that's true.
No, we've seen him in the same ring together.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's to say it's always the same guy?
That's a good point. It's a fair point. Another match coming up on that pre-show for NWA 75 Night 1. How about this one? We're going to see Talos and Daisy Kill. He was on your DLZ program, Deals.
Yeah, that's Headbanger's Ball. That's what I called it. I don't know why they haven't started calling themselves that. It's Headbanger's Ball. You got Napalm Death to the left, and then you got Daisy Kill, which is Power Ballad. Why they're not running with it, I have no idea.
Well, Headbangers Ball are going to run head up against the Fixers, former United States Tag Team Champions. And the winner of that match is going to go on to face the United States Tag Team Champions on night number 2. So this should be an interesting match.
Gabe Bradley always looks pissed.
He usually, I don't know that I've ever seen him like super happy, except when he's like shoving somebody's face into Wrecking Ball's underarm.
Even then, he still kind of looks pissed.
Yeah, even then he's just kind of mad about it. We talked about that Burke Invitational Gauntlet. Now we know so far announced for this matchup: Allison Kay, The Woad, Taylor Rising, Sierra.
Bless you.
And now MJ Jenkins has announced her intention in joining this matchup. And I've heard there are more to come for the Burke Invitational.
Well, yeah, that's not it.
Gauntlet.
How many women weren't? How many women were last year? About 10, 12, something like that.
So, yeah, I think there's at least like 5 or 6 more.
It's over 10 for sure.
Yeah, and this is the first 5, I guess, that you're going to see. So that's interesting. That's going to be on night 1 of NWA 75. The winner of that matchup goes on to face whoever is the champion on night number 2. Another pre-show match to show you, though. How about this? This got announced today. Jubilee Jamboree is the name of this matchup. It is a junior heavyweight number 1 contenders match, basically. It's but Kyle, you may know better than me what exactly.
Who's that guy in the middle? Looks like Zach Morris.
That is AAA's Jack Cartwheel.
Okay,
he's coming into the NWA. We saw him if you watched NWA versus AAA from Mexico.
You know, like Woad is the weapon of ass destruction, has a lot of ass-based offense. Jack Cartwheel has a lot of cartwheel-based offense. It's all in the name.
If your last name,
and just like Loxamana is going to have a lot of Loxamana offense.
Yeah,
almost makes sense.
Yep.
You can follow Koa on Instagram. He's been showing training videos. This guy's ready. He wanted Kerry Morton like 2 weeks ago on NWA Power and got Throwbilly instead. So now
how are you just glossing over that AT and I are present?
I was getting there, brother. I was getting to Alex Taylor and Danny Deals. You also had Eric Jackson on your DLZ this past week, and there he is. So Danny Deals with like connections to all these guys that are appearing in the Jubilee Jamboree. Matt Vine, very close in a match.
My money's on Alex Taylor.
Yep.
I think Alex Taylor,
the green whistle.
Taylor is a future junior heavyweight champion, one way or another. I don't know what that means for his friendship with Kerry, but I feel like that's just a fact. So part of the
I know that Callie or whatever the hell, she better steer clear of me with them damn sticks. You know, she got some sticks she's always clanking.
Oh, yeah. She's like clanking them together like the Koa.
Yeah, it's.
There's probably a name for it, but we're culturally ignorant, so we don't know.
I don't think there's a name for it. Clacking sticks.
Media's in love with her, so that's what matters.
So was the Thrillbilly there. He just loves a woman who can get a nice aggressive hit in the face to him all the time. It's kind of his kink.
Mark is predicting Eric Jackson or Taylor for that one. Well, the important thing to know is that night 2, whoever wins that match, they're going for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. Now, that means that they'll either be facing Kerry Morton or Colby Carino, who are going to be battling for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship on night number 1. So whoever you got there, they're facing whoever wins that Jubilee Jamboree.
Yeah.
I just can't say the name. Jubilee Jamboree.
It's an interesting name. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but there it is. National heavyweight title. We talked about Thrill Belly. How about this? He's going to be in a triple threat against Kratos and Odinson.
Oh, croutons and Odie. I think I'm going Thrilly here. I think he's been close a couple times. Maybe this is the time he gets over the hump.
Yeah, you might be right. This is the one. I mean, Odinson and Kratos have been around for a while. Kratos, former NWA tag team champion, going after the national title. Tried to.
Does it look like the 75 logo is part of Kratos's beard?
Yeah,
it does look like he's
like it's a little dangling he got.
Jewelry.
He might twist his goatee and do a 75 for him. I think he should do that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this one. I don't know who. I think Kratos looks determined. I have it on good authority that tomorrow night, right after NWA Power, tune into the NWA Instagram. Joe Galley, I think, is going to go live with Kratos. Kratos has been telling us he's got some things to say, and he wants to get that out. He's not on NWA Power tomorrow night. He's going to be with Joe Galley directly after on Instagram Live.
Kratos and Thrillbilly have had a hell of a lot of battles with each other. Odinson is tag team with Kratos there, but what I think is going to end up happening, and this is just me thinking here, I think Thrillbilly, Kratos beat the living hell of each other. Odinson picks the bones. Odinson becomes the new champion.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm still going through the Billy Thrill here.
I mean, I like the Billy Thrill, but I also like reality. And I realize that sometimes reality isn't what I want it to be.
Whoa.
Oh! Ow!
Good.
I like the big beefy boy matchup. I like that. Let's not forget also on night one, which is just, I mean, there's so much happening on night one. I don't want to gloss over the fact that Matt Cardona, former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, is returning to NWA, and he's issuing an open challenge. That's happening on night number 1 of NWA 75. That's a big deal. I'm excited to see who's going to answer that one.
Who do you think it's going to be? Is it for anybody, inside, outside promotion? It doesn't matter.
He says anybody. Announcers. He just wants to prove he's ready. He acted like he was like, I stepped away from NWA. I want to prove I belong here. I'll take on anybody on night number 1.
Okay.
Anybody. They don't even have to be in the National Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah, I think it sounds like whoever wants a piece of Matt Cardona could show up to NWA 75 night 1.
So it could be. All right.
Yeah. We already talked about Tim Storm versus Jack State. How about the World Tag Team titles are on the line? La Rebelión versus Blunt Force Trauma. That's a big one.
Who wins this match? Trevor Murdoch and Mike Knox. Because whoever wins this match has to defend it the night after against 2 fresh competitors. La Rebellion, they've been unstoppable. Blunt Force Trauma, they've got Aaron Stevens behind them. They were one of the people, basically if you were betting money on the Crockett Cup, they probably screwed up your brackets. They just got so far into that. Them and the Clowns were the 2 bracket busters for me.
I agree with that.
Knox and Murdoch are definitely a team to be reckoned with. And when you got La Rebellion taking on Blunt Force Trauma, those 2 teams are going to beat the living hell out of each other. Neither guy in that team, out of Bestia, Mecha Wolf, Damage, Carnage, whoever it's going to be, nobody's leaving that match healthier than they went into it. So whoever ends up winning this match, be it new tag team champions, be it retaining tag team champions, congratulations, your prize is the Wrecking Crew combination of Knox and Murdoch on night 2. It's not fair. It's not right. But again, it's reality on reality's terms. So whoever wins on night 1, good luck. That's all I'm going to say.
That just adds another layer to how important and how special it is to win that tag team tournament that is the Crockett Cup. I mean, this is what it gets you. It gets you.
In fact, if I was La Rebellion, boom, disqualification. Lose the match. Don't care. Whoever's champion gets the night after. Leave it fresh. Screw it. Save yourself for that's what I would do. I would get disqualified instantly. I don't care. You keep the tag team titles. You get to win. Who needs a win when you're still champion? You're going to be healthy for a battle the next night. That's what I'd say. Get disqualified. Run with it. Bam.
That is a wild strategy that may just work. And then we also know the main event of night number 1 is going to be Camille defending against Natalia Markova for the World Women's Championship. These two have met before. Camille made it past Natalia, not without taking some licks. So Natalia wants another piece of Camille. Can Natalia get it done this time? That's going to be the question. In the main event of NWA 75 Night 1, Camille, dominant world champion. Natalia thinks she's got her number, though.
Well, Camille even brought up the fact, she's like, I've beaten her before, I don't understand. And William Patrick Corrigan said she was the closest to anybody ever beating you. Camille may or may not have maybe gotten under the boss's, nerves at some point about something. And I think that's why Natalia Markova is really getting this opportunity, is because he knows if anybody could shut up Camille when he's not feeling it, it's Natalia Markova.
Axel saying this. Go ahead, Deal. Sorry.
I just said,
Axel saying this card's getting great, but I'll tell you what, I mean, night number 2 is working its way into fruition. We're going to see what happens with night number 2, and a lot of it hinges on night number 1. I have another match we can announce right now for night number 1, as if it's not already stacked enough. Everybody's been wondering about Violent J. He has announced he's coming in. He's managing the Brothers of Funstruction. Well, guess what? They're taking on our boys in Magnum Muscle in night number 1. The Brothers of Funstruction versus Magnum Muscle. This is happening. This is going down. Will Violent J be the thing that puts them over the top on Magnum Muscle? Did anybody have a chance against Magnum Muscle? I don't know. We're going to find out night number 1.
That theme song that Violent J did for the Brothers of Funstruction that I released online is one of those things where once you hear it, it just sticks with you. So my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. When you hear it, you'll probably just be humming it, and you'll be like, why am I humming this song? It's catchy, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I didn't put it on here because I wasn't sure what the copyright sitch is.
No, it's please don't. Once it's in my brain, I can't get rid of it. So just don't. Thank you.
I don't like it.
I'm more of a Carnival of Carnage chicken hunting type of ICP fan. So the modern ICP.
No. Well, this is, and keep in mind, again, this is night number 1. This is all matches for night number 1 of NWA 75, NWATix.com. That's where you want to go if you want to see these things in person. And then Fight TV, that's where you go. Fight.
The clowns, though, I'm telling you, like Kyle said, they were a bracket buster. I mean, you never know. Maybe you should, on paper, Magnum Muscle should be the favorites. However, the clowns, got farther than anybody thought they would get. That's correct.
Well, and I throw it deals. I throw it right back.
And they beat the Werewolves.
La Rebellion defending against Blunt Force Trauma, the very first episode of this season of NWA Power. The Clowns beat La Rebellion. So, I mean, had that been a title match, they would have been your world tag team champions right now. So,
yeah, you never know, right? You never know.
But now, granted, last week La Rebellion did. Along with Vampiro and that 6-man, they did get some revenge there. But somebody was asking where the Country Gents are. I mean, that's the thing. That's the interesting part of this. The Country Gents are going to be part of night number 2 of NWA 75, and they're going to be facing the winner of Daisy Kill and Talos. That is, Daisy Kill and Talos versus the Fixers. Sorry, Daisy Kill or Talos. They're going to be taking on the Country Gents.
Whoever wins that, right, works the gentleman from the country, correct?
Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting one. So the Country Gentlemen are going to be around. Don't you worry about them. Also, I mean, if we just keep this going for a second, how about this? M95 are going to have to defend those women's tag team championships against Pretty Empowered. And we know now it's going to be Ella and Kylie are going to be taking on M95. After that Ella victory over Missa Kate this past week on NWA Power.
Pretty Empowered is a 2-time NWA World Tag Team Champion. And the crazy thing about it is each time it's been a combination different of Pretty Empowered. So this one here, the first time ever that we're going to see Kylie Page possibly winning the tag team titles with Ella Envy. I mean, it's happened before. Could it happen again? In fact, M95 got a flash victory over Pretty Empowered. That was how they became the NWA World Women's Tag Team Champions. Will history just invert itself? Who's to say? NWA 75, 2 nights of action, 2 nights of opportunities. Tag team action here. let's see if history for the next 75 years starts then.
The common denominator in those units has always been Ella also.
I was about to say the same exact thing, Deals. I mean, credit where it's due. I take Kyle's point, but let's be very clear on this. Each time it's happened, Ella Envy has been your person. Ella Envy could Ella Envy be a 3-time NWA Women's Tag Team Champion all 3 times with different partners?
She could be. She's the general of the tag unit. Pretty empowered. There's 4 of them. They're all a pain in the ass. And it's been Ella and Kenzie. Then it was Ella and Roxy. Now it could be Ella and Kylie. They could go for the clean sweep there. Who knows? Yeah. But M95, they're a pain in the ass too.
M95 is great. I'm just saying, don't discount Ella Envy. Clearly,
no, of course not.
Some tag team expertise she's got going on there. Speaking of tag team, this is the graphic I meant to show earlier. That this country gentleman, you were wondering about them. Talus and Daisy Kill versus the Fixers. That's happening.
Well, AJ's got a Sunday best on there, doesn't he?
Every time I look at Anthony now, all I can think of is a wrecking ball going on and on about him looking like he was throwing around a raccoon or stealing this or doing.
No, wrecking ball called and said he was like a possum who got discovered in trash or something.
Every time I see his smile now, I just think of how excited Wrecking Ball was, and it brings joy to me. So sorry, but Wrecking Ball really, really made me happy, and still continues to do that.
Look at AJ in that picture. It looks like he's selling cologne in the back of like Guns and Ammo or something.
Wait a minute, I got to pull that back up.
Man. Do you want your woman to not leave you alone?
I can see it. That's good.
Yeah, buddy. Ready.
Alex called it. I thought I pulled this up because I thought Alex was saying M95 and the country gentleman should fight. But no, that's not what he was going for. And of course, don't forget, bull rope match.
Whoa.
Tyrus putting his career on the line. World's Heavyweight Championship as well. Tyrus at EC3. That's a big match. This is for everything. I mean, for Tyrus, he's got everything to lose in this matchup. The title, his livelihood. It's crazy. EC3's said, "Well, I don't want your head on a pike just yet. I'll take it." And so EC3 is determined to end Tyrus at NWA 75.
E3C, ready for action.
I mean, this match has giant ramifications here, and you have to wonder where Tyrus is coming from. I mean, he didn't have to put his career on the line for this, so you have to think, why would he do that? Why would he say, I'm going to put this up right now, right here? Unless, is Tyrus looking at this as being his way out? Is the weight of carrying the championship bearing so much on him that he's just looking for an opportunity to move on to the Fox News pastures beyond? I mean, EC3 is a hell of a competitor. If I was worried about losing my career, I'd never put it on the line against EC3, a guy who, when the chips are on the table, will let it all ride. EC3 is an unhinged individual that at any moment can pull a win out of anywhere. He gets in your head. He's physically capable. Tyrus, I don't know where he's coming from. I don't know why he would do this. I don't know why it's worth the risk. But again, I've never been a world's champion, so who the hell am I to judge? But this match right here could change the entire face of the National Wrestling Alliance in the span of one night. And then we got the TV tapings right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you that Tyrus is scheduled to be at those national TV tapings. And the fact of the matter is I don't know if he's really going to be there or not. Is he going to be there as champion? Is he going to be there as somebody who once wrestled for the company? I'm curious about everything that's going to happen here because 75 has so much going on at any given time. I just feel like the company I work for, I won't even recognize come Monday morning.
Yeah, just because he's scheduled doesn't mean he's going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Yeah. Card subject to change. Look right above Skyway Studios.
Yes. Card subject to change. You're right.
So you never know. It could be E3C. Right, I'm telling you. Guy, he's already been there, done it, got the T-shirt. He's been a top guy before. This isn't, this is not somebody nervous coming in with wide eyes.
Keep in mind too that Kyle gets to do all of this right after we haven't even mentioned yet, though. The World is a Vampire Tour
at the top.
Starting in a few days.
My flight's Wednesday at 7 a.m. Can't wait. I have to pack.
if you're around for any of these dates, the NWA is going to be a part of the World as a Vampire tour with Smashing Pumpkins, Interpol, Fortunate Sons, I think is the other band. It's going to be a cool tour.
This could affect 75 as well. Somebody on here could get hurt. They could be beat down coming into 75, having a big match. This could affect what happens at 75.
Oh, you're absolutely correct. Joe and I could just have a complete mental breakdown and just disappear from the earth, and then no one would ever see us again.
You could.
Who's going to call 75? Who's going to do ring announcing? Who's going to say annoying things on this podcast on Mondays?
It'd have to be me and Medusa on commentary who make Gary ring announce or something.
I love it.
All right.
That'll be interesting. I will never have the voice that Kyle
Gary
has.
said I love it. He's asking you to have a mental breakdown.
No, and I also immediately after said I would never have the voice that Kyle has, just to be clear.
You have a great voice, and you're so good at what you do. I'm constantly jealous of the two of you because you're both very talented individuals.
Well, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you, but I am also jealous of you. I've always been a big fan of Kyle Davis. This is not a
Kyle. You don't got to over. I was going to give you one of these.
Yeah,
right here for you.
We're gonna show you off on NWA Power next or tomorrow night. But first, I have a second edition of Magnum Fun.
Mims, what are you doing? Don't eat that pizza. We eat chicken and rice. That pizza is going to make you overweight. And if you're overweight, then we're overweight, which would make me overweight.
Bro, you're fine.
Mims, you need to do 200 push-ups to work that pizza off right now.
My pizza.
Push-ups!
Okay.
200 push-ups.
Okay. I'm doing push-ups. I don't want to be the Magnum fatty.
Mib's not wanting to be the Magnum fatty. It's a tough team to be a part of.
I feel that all the time. Like I said, I'm supposed to be going to the gym right after this, and I don't feel like doing it at all.
Deals and Chris Rock was in a video called Slapped. I remember the TV show Danny Deals was a part of. That was a good show.
It's very mean.
I don't find you hittable at all.
It's very rude. And I heard, don't think I didn't hear Joey G on the call next door. Good for you, Medusa. I heard it.
All right. Well, let's talk about NWA Power tomorrow night. It's going to be a big show. And lots of stuff going on.
I'm scrolling through the chat here. It literally don't even quote. He goes, I want to know if Kyle was born preemie. I actually was late. I was supposed to be a New Year's baby, and I was 22 days late to the point where they had to do a cesarean because I was not leaving. Fun fact, now my mom calls me all the time, and for somebody who didn't want to leave her body when I was being born, as an adult, I'm like, I'll call you at some point.
Oh, I feel that.
Yeah.
I don't. You only get
work is really stressful. So my capacity to have outside things at this point without just decompressing and being in a dark room alone is very hard. But was I born a preemie? No. I wish. I'd be so skinny probably.
Danny's hair monster might bite your hand off now. I love that. Danny's got a lot of hair going on. Yeah. Let's talk about Power tomorrow night. We got to get out of here because huge NWA Power heading into NWA 75. We're 2 weeks away. How about this? A big mixed tag team match. AJ Kazana and Natalia Markova versus Magic Inc. CJ is going to be in action with Magic Jake. That's interesting.
See Jizzle getting in the ring.
You can see the excitement in Jake's face with this. So happy to be there.
He always
with
looks like
CJ.
CJ's excited, and I'm excited. I love CJ.
He looks ready to go. How about this? You want to talk about NWA Junior Heavyweight Division? You got another match. Joe Alonzo is going to be with Colby Carino in a tag match against the Southern Six.
I can't wait to see this match. This match is going to be fire. 4 competitors that I respect and also Kerry Morton. Oh, that's right. Never mind. Thrillbilly's not in this match.
God.
3 competitors that I respect, and Kerry Morton. This match is going to be hot, folks. Action-packed, a perfect precursor to NWA 75. A little taste, an appetizer to wet your whistle.
I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild-ass match.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Deals, you look like you're ready to go. Are you there? Are you gonna be with the guys?
We're there?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. No. No, actually I won't. You see old Billy Thrill's gonna be out there with the boys. He's gonna handle it.
Okay. All right. Well, how about another tag team match? This is an interesting one. EC3 and Jordan Clearwater are gonna take on Blunt Force Trauma.
We got C Red and Aaron Steven in the mix
in
as
the
well.
quarter. It's gonna be interesting. And
What
then
happened of EC3, by the way? He's like, I need somebody to counter Eric Stevens, and he brings in C Red, a local favorite there. It's just one of those things like EC3, always thinking outside the box.
You never know what that guy's gonna do with
Clearwater looks like a Terminator right there. Like
he does. He looks like the cover of Terminator.
He looks
I
like,
will agree
like
with
the
that.
T2 brother, the liquid one, Robert Patrick.
I agree with that.
He doesn't say he look like Robert Patrick, but he's got that look on his face. You know. Have you
How about
seen
this main
John?
event?
Here's his picture. You know,
Robert Patrick-esque.
What about this one? Camille non-title match against Kylie Page.
Whoa, buddy!
I'm excited
Kylie
about
Page
that.
might soften her up for Nat.
You know,
That is,
Kylie Page is one of the most bright newcomers that's been in the National Wrestling Alliance over the last year. And she literally has the opportunity right now to get into the ring with the NWA World Women's Champion. She could show everybody why the Page sisters are the future of the wrestling industry. So don't count her out. And Camille, again, every match Camille has, you hear about bump cards, you hear about all these things. I keep on bringing this up. Every day is an opportunity for something to go wrong when you are defending a championship. The more you get into that ring, the more likely that's not going to be your day. Camille keeps on going up against everybody. Gary walked away from my story. That's fine.
I'm listening.
Camille, she keeps on putting herself out there, and one of these days it's going to backfire. Could Kylie be the catalyst for NWA 75 not being in Camille's favor? You're going to have to tune in to find out. Yeah. Gary Horn has left the building, ladies and gentlemen.
He has. And Kylie's learned from Kenzie, too, so you don't know what Bubs is going to take his place.
I mean, Dr. Tom, with Thrillbilly and everybody else, does not leave anybody going, well, I wonder what trained these kids. He's doing a hell of a job, and if you were trained by you have an opportunity right here.
What are we reading?
Eating pins to be under the EC3 learning tree. I don't understand the comment, eating pins. Either way. Restroom break, I had one too, all good. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going to be happening this coming Tuesday, tomorrow on NWA Power. Like I said before, tune in this Saturday as well, because Gary's on mute still and he's still talking. Tune in this Saturday for NWA programming, because we're going to have BRCW versus the world. That's Boca Raton Championship Wrestling against the National Wrestling Alliance. Gary, you were on mute. I can't hear a damn word you're saying. And if you're just pantomiming me.
No, Wes, you're 100% right. It hit me so hard. I was like, I've got to pee now worse than I've ever had to pee in my life. I got to go right now.
You should have just wrapped up the show and be like, guys, I got to go. Done.
No, I was trying. I was running through the power card, and you guys had so much to say about Camille versus Kylie. So I was like, all right.
You the Smothers and put a bottle under the table and pissed in it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for
Kyle.
Enjoy your gravy cakes.
No. We can't leave these people without a moment of Sal.
Maybe beauty killed the beast.
Tale as old as time.
That one made me very uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to tell you something. Next week's Moment of Sal, for anybody watching right now, is worth the wait. I saved it only because Joe couldn't be here tonight, and I think he would appreciate. Next week's Moment of Sal has guest stars, and it's weird. And he's
weird.
He's weird, and only Sal can pull it off. But it's.
And the chat was right. I am going to have a C4 to get ready because I do need to go. And if I drink this now, I can't have an excuse to backing out of the gym because I'll need to get rid of this energy.
Hey, throw that code up again, Gary.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Alex's Knives as such with the 99-cent super sticker. I didn't even know you could do that for the donation to the channel. So thank
Throw
you.
up the code again. It's good until midnight tonight Central.
Oh, guys, you got to get in on this. Silver deal, 20% off till midnight. NationalWrestlingAlliance.com/shop.
Not this one, though. You got to be at the show to get it.
Can't get that 75 shirt. I hope I get one. That's a sick shirt. But all the other stuff, all pre-orders are available. That Southern Six shirt is there.
Yeah, the Ragland, the red shirt, the new hat, all kinds of stuff. I got bundles. I got all kinds of stuff. I shipped out a bunch of bundles today, actually.
I grabbed the wrong one. This is
grab?
the Super Brain Performance. I got to drink this in the morning. I got to grab the other one.
Super chat party, little Aronofsky-ish. I like that. That reminds me of my podcast, Cinema Shock.
I've met Darren Aronofsky before.
Have you really?
He directed The Wrestler, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you were at Ring of Honor when they did that, right?
We filmed The Wrestler when I got to harass Nicolas Cage when he was supposed to be the main actor for it at one of our shows.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I had a real weird interaction with him. He asked me what was going on, and I compared pro wrestling to having an orgasm and talked about pleasure delaying and everything like that. And he was like, okay. And the week later, he dropped out of the role and they replaced him with Mickey Rourke. So I don't know if it's because I made really weird comments to him or not, but hey, a guy can dream.
That is weird. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a Ring of Honor show in the Manhattan Center in New York City. And it was the Briscoes versus the Kings of Wrestling, if I remember right. And at one point, everybody grabs chairs to start the match and starts beating the hell out of each other. It's a double disqualification. And Nick Cage turned to me because I had sitting next to them, and I made sure because at the time I was not a Nick Cage fan. I appreciate him now, but I was like, oh my God, perfect excuse. So I just leaned in. I was like, if you guys have any questions or anything, just feel free to ask. He's like, do the fans not think they're going to get to see what they want? And I had to explain to him, like, if they get what they want, this match, it's just like having an orgasm during sex. It's fantastic. I had sex. I had an orgasm. I'm done. But if you have a little foreplay and you get a little thing and you're like, ooh, maybe this isn't going to happen. Ooh, maybe it is. Maybe it's not. By the time you finally have it, oh boy, it's going to be even more intense. Needless to say, later on in the night, they had the match and the crowd, they came.
I did not know that I needed Kyle on the Cinema Shock podcast. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to that, I have another podcast called Cinema Shock, but I want to get Kyle on there now. This is crazy. We're doing a John Waters series, but soon I'm sure we'll do a Darren Aronofsky series. And this is a great story.
I give you downloads for that podcast.
Yeah.
I appreciate all of you. Danny Deals has all the history with it. We're on John Waters right now. This is not I don't know. We don't pay for advertising on the NWA stream, but anyway, Cinema Shock. CinemaShock.net. You can find it. Anyway.
Also, I just realized I'm wearing my uncle's shirt right now. Work hard, treat people fairly, earn respect. A little former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Adam Pearce.
Old scrap iron.
Yep.
Uncle Pete.
Cinema Shock.
Who, by the way, do you know how many times I legally voted for him to be the San Diego Padres PA announcer?
Yes. We were all pulling for him.
Yeah, Adam Pearce. Yeah. They're probably this freaking Nashville keeps voting for Adam Pearce. How did he hear it?
It's 8:26. We've made this go on far too long. Gary's probably got to do a number 2, a 3, or a 4 at this point.
No, I already did the number 1. My wife is just like, "What are you doing up there?" Like, what?
I know. It's. And by the way, in case you're wondering, 3 is bleeding and 4 is vomiting. So if you ever need to go, so you never want a number 2 while you're doing a number 3. because that's aggressive. But then we've all been sick enough where we had to do a number 2 while a number 4. Anyway, boom.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We appreciate all of you. Tune in next week. We got one more show, one more of these before the week of NWA 75. And I think that's right? This is 14. Yeah.
What's Monday? Joe and I, what's the day on Monday? Oh, Joe and I may be on this from a hotel room next week.
Oh, that's exciting.
We actually have a travel day. 22nd is the show in Charlotte. 21st, there is no show. So you will probably be seeing us from a hotel room or maybe poolside on Monday.
Whoa. I'm going to the Charlotte show. I'm going to be there one way or another. I'm going to be in Charlotte, seeing the Smashing Pumpkins play and being a part of NWA there. So hopefully I'll see
That's right, because we made a joke about you helping us with ring crew, and you're like, guys, I'm there to celebrate with friends.
I said I would help. You
don't have to.
Anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the Pumpkins play, but I'll help out with the NWA stuff as well. Danny Deals, you should go to Charlotte. I'll see you there.
Like that's down the street.
I'm excited for 75 weekend. Mike, everybody, I promise you, you're going to have a good time on 75 weekend. And I promise you everything that you want to happen will happen, except for
and if you don't have
the hanging out with
Gary, he's not giving you a money back guarantee. You could kick Gary in the junk if you don't enjoy yourself.
Oh, Nani. Well, no, nobody kicks me in the junk. I don't want that.
You could hit Gary in the McPony.
Heather Hunley will be in Charlotte. So I'll see Heather. I'll be there with bells on. Until then, though, everybody, tomorrow night is NWA Power. Make sure you tune in for that. Next Monday, one more of these before NWA 75. I promise we'll make next week's super special. We got another moment of Sal with special guests. We'll have another Rush Freeman story, at least one. We'll have another Magnum Muscle story. What?
I'm supposed to do stairs after this. Screw that.
Oh, well, good luck. All right. But everybody else, seriously, thank you. Everybody in the chat, thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Tell us.
Use code.
Come hang out next Monday. Going to be a big deal. Use the code tonight if you can. Silver Deals, 20% off till midnight. Maybe we can convince Deals to make us another code for next week just for the special Monday show. We'll make next Monday's show super special. I promise you. Look at who knew Deals was so
I have worked out in 15 years. Stop it.
Okay, you look sexy. Anyway,
I'm just gonna say he's right-handed. Let's see that left arm. Yep, not as defined as defined.
Anyway, till next week, everybody, please